Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. While Opportunity Zones have been an incredible success story for many communities, we now know that 95% of the Opportunity Zone investment has gone to urban areas. In the Small Business Jobs Act that passed out of the Ways and Means Committee last June, we included provisions to establish a new rural Opportunity Zone program more targeted to rural America. Given your extensive experience with Senator Scott and working on this program, what more should we do to ensure its success for rural communities? You kind of touched on that earlier, but what I want to make sure that we see these successes all over the country.
Well, the first critical step is built into that very Small Business Jobs Act is that transparency and reporting. And so we were glad to see that the transparency and reporting requirements in the bill you just noted mirrored those transparency and reporting requirements in the Opportunity Zone Transparency Reporting and Extension Act that Chairman Kelly led. That is critical because then again we'll be able to make reasonable adjustments to the policy, but with a full understanding, a deep understanding of why areas are getting the investments they're getting and what should be done, what specific steps should be taken. So for instance, when you look at the data on affordable housing across the country, there's a clear trend that we see across the country, higher housing stock, but without an attendant increase in rents, right? But the transparency reporting requirements that you have in your bill would allow us to drill down into that and see why. Some governors prioritized affordable housing. They prioritized some areas over others. They had a certain outlook. You know, when you look at, say, a state like Colorado, where 75% of the zone saw investment, that was because of an intentionality on the part of local government that, produced certain results that they wanted to produce. So the first key step is that transparency legislation. That step is a step you've already both taken. The next step is that feeder funds concept that basically brings operating businesses to the front of the line. Operating businesses are what are going to be to get that number from 5%, to 20% to 10%, which directionally is what we want to do in these rural areas.
So the Opportunity Zone program has not operated in a vacuum. It was created as part of the Trump tax cuts, which provided critical tax relief to working families as well as businesses that employ them, including research and development, expensing that was mentioned, which supports 21 million jobs, 100% immediate expensing on equipment, interest